Hi everyone. So today's video is about something which is very prevalent, which is the root cause of a lot of metabolic disorders, a lot of health condition. And I'm doing this video because I spoke to a client this afternoon who was extremely confused about what is it that she can do. Is medicine the only option? So I'm talking about insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a condition which is also the root cause of type 2 diabetes, PCOS, hormonal imbalance, and so on and so forth. So let's look at what insulin resistance is and how can diet and lifestyle help us. Listen to it till the end. Make notes if you must. Watch it till the end. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, let's look at insulin resistance. When we eat food, it gets converted to a lot of nutrients, glucose being one of the most important ones. So whenever we eat carbohydrate, our body converts it into glucose, and glucose in the presence of oxygen gets converted to energy. Now, this process happens inside a cell. The moment there is glucose in the body, our pancreas releases something called insulin, which works as a courier person or which works as a transporter for the glucose to get into the cell for our energy usage now and for our storage, future storage. Right now, when we're eating food and when there is demand, so let's say our cells are in need of energy, insulin gets released, glucose goes to the cell, and the energy is consumed, and a little bit is conserved for the future time. Now, over a period of time, when we eat large portions, when we eat carbohydrate rich food, and our lifestyle is sedentary, which means the input is more and the output is less. So then there's glucose everywhere, and the insulin does not know what to do with it. The cells does not need it. So the cell refuses to open the door, because what happens is you've had a meal in the morning, the glucose went into the cells are still full. Again, you end up eating a large meal. Now it doesn't need. So then our insulin gets an instruction that this glucose, it cannot allow the glucose to, just flow in the blood just like that, because it's toxic for our body. It's bad for our body. So the insulin converts the excess glucose to fat. Now, if it happens, let's say once, if it happens once in 15 days, once in a month, it's all right. But if this continues to happen, where the input is way too high than output, because you're not working out, because you're not exercising or doing any physical activity, and continue to eat large meals, now two things happen. The insulin receptors on your cells go low, and thereby these cells do not open when the insulin knocks the door for glucose to get in. At the same time, insulin then starts thinking that its prime job is to keep converting all the glucose to fat, and thereby the fat cells increase, and that gives rise to insulin resistance, and that gives rise to PCOS and hormonal imbalance and type 2 diabetes. When you develop insulin resistance is when you are called pre-diabetic. Now, is medicine the only solution? No. There are 4 pillars to our health when it comes to insulin resistance, when it comes to overweight, when it comes to diabetes. So that food being the first option, lifestyle, stress, and overall, day management, and then is the medicine. So you need to focus on the other 3 first, and you will be able to win the battle most of the times. Certain times it could be genetics, certain times it's gone beyond control, and initially you may need medicine. And so how do you control it? You need to make sure that you are either counting your calories or watching your portions and making sure that there is no large meal going into your body which is causing insulin rush, because that is the root cause of most of the issues. So how do you ensure that? One, you take smaller plates than you are taking currently. Two, make sure that if you want to buy a press plate for yourself which has the division where there's half portion and then there are other sections, buy that, or make a division in your plate where half of your plate is filled with raw and cooked vegetables. 1/4 of that must be protein and the remaining 1/4 is carb. Now, when that happens, there will be a slow release of glucose, there will be steady release of glucose, and thereby you will not have insulin resistance. Number two, very, very important, 30 to 45 minutes of physical activity, at least 5 to 6 days a week. That will help your insulin resistance state to get back to an insulin sensitive state. Once you focus this, and of course you're stressed, so start your day with meditation, even if it's just 2-3 minutes. Go for a walk, sit down and be mindful while you are eating. If you are able to follow this, you will see your gut health will become very good. You will be able to reverse your type 2 diabetes. Your PCOS will get cured, which means you will have your periods on time, which will mean that you will not have painful periods, which means you will not have irregular periods. Your weight will start coming down, which is another culprit in this whole scenario, right? So follow this at least for 45 to 50 days to be able to see a remarkable change in your energy level, in your insulin resistance, and you will be happy that you implemented this. If you have any more questions, put them in the comment section and we will get back to you. Like I said in the beginning, do make notes or understand and share it with people who need it. A lot of people are going through insulin resistance. So help me create this awareness. We will talk again. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.